Congratulations, you just graduated from the police academy. Your mom takes photos of you in your new uniform. Your dad, who was also a cop for 30 years, hugs you with wet eyes. You're 23 years old, you make 14,000 pesos a month, and you have the genuine conviction that you're going to do things differently. You're going to be the honest cop your community needs. You're going to clean up the streets, protect the innocent, put the bad guys in jail. That's what they told you being a cop was. That's what they taught you at the academy. That's what you still believe. Your first assignment is at a precinct in the northern part of the state. Hot zone, your colleagues tell you with a smile you don't understand. You show up the first day with your boots polished and your badge shiny. The commander receives you in his office. He looks you up and down like he's evaluating cattle. Another rookie who wants to be a hero, he says. Sit down, kid. Let's talk about how things work here in the real world. He explains that there are rules that aren't in any manual. There are streets you don't patrol. There are trucks you don't pull over. There are people you don't touch, even if you see them committing crimes right in front of you. There are calls you ignore. There are reports you don't write. There are things you didn't see, even though you saw them. You tell him you don't understand. He sighs, like he's tired of explaining the obvious. You'll understand, he says. Everyone understands eventually. Before we continue, drop in the comments where you're watching from. Your first month is a brutal education. You discover that your patrol car doesn't have enough gas because the budget gets diverted to other things. You discover that the weapons in the arsenal are obsolete, and some don't even work. You discover that the bulletproof vests are over 10 years old and don't protect anything anymore. You discover that if you want bullets for your service weapon, have to buy them yourself. You make 14,000 pesos a month and spend 3,000 on basic equipment the government should be providing you. Your patrol partner's name is Ramirez. He's been on the force for 15 years and has a look in his eyes that doesn't expect anything from anyone anymore. The first week, he shows you the routes. We don't patrol this street after 10. We never check this business. This corner is the boys' territory. If you see something weird, you look the other way. You ask him who the boys are. He looks at you like you asked something stupid. You know who, he says. Don't play dumb. The first time you see money is a Thursday night. You pull over a truck for a minor violation. The driver rolls down his window and, without a word, hands Ramirez a wad of bills. He counts them, nods, and waves them on. When you get back in the patrol car, there's 5,000 pesos on your seat. You're cut, Ramirez says. Welcome to the real job. You tell him you don't want that money. He laughs. Look, rookie, your salary isn't even enough to pay rent. You have two options. You take what's yours and you survive, or you play the saint and you starve. Or you die some other way. Your call. You keep the money. You tell yourself it's just this once, that tomorrow you'll be different, that this doesn't define you. The bribes become routine. Drunk drivers who pay to go free, business owners who give weekly payments for you to protect them, small-time dealers who hand over cash so you'll look the other way. The extra money doubles your salary, then triples it. 14,000 pesos isn't enough anymore. Now you need the 40 or 50,000 you generate on the streets. Your lifestyle adjusts to your new income. You buy a nicer car. You move into a bigger apartment. You take your family to restaurants you used to only see from the outside. Your girlfriend asks where all this money is coming from. You tell her it's overtime, double shifts, productivity bonuses. She doesn't believe you, but she doesn't push. Your mom starts to get suspicious when you give her a new TV. Your dad, the retired cop who lived on his salary his whole life, looks at you with something that seems like disappointment, but he doesn't say anything. Maybe because he also knows how this works. Maybe because he'd rather not know. One day, Ramirez tells you there's an opportunity. The boys need people they can trust, people who can tip them off when there are operations, who can open up routes when there are shipments, who can protect cargo when it crosses the city. They pay well, very well. 500,000 pesos a month to start, plus bonuses, plus benefits. You tell him you're not sure. He looks at you seriously. It's not really a question, he says. They've already seen you work. They like you. And when they like you, you can't say no. That night, an unknown number calls you. The voice is calm, professional. We're glad you want to work with us. Tomorrow, they'll explain everything. Welcome to the team. They hang up. You don't remember agreeing to anything, but it doesn't matter anymore. You're already in. Tell me in the comments if you've ever felt like a decision was made for you without being able to stop it. Your job changes gradually. You're still a cop during the day, patrolling, answering calls, pretending everything's normal. But now you have an extra phone that rings at any hour. There are nights where your only job is to park on a specific corner and report any suspicious movement. There are early mornings where you escort trucks from point A to point B without asking questions. There are operations where your job is to arrive late, to make sure the targets are already gone before the rest of the team goes in. The money is absurd. You make more in a week than your dad made in a year. You buy your parents a house. You pay for your sister's college. You invest in businesses that generate clean invoices. You become a small business owner who also happens to be a cop. Nobody at the department asks how you do it. Everyone knows. Many do the same thing. Those who don't look the other way because they know what happens when someone asks questions. You meet your direct contact. He calls himself El Licenciado. He wears expensive suits and talks like a businessman. He never mentions drugs or violence or anything explicit. He only talks about operations, logistics, asset protection. He treats you with respect, almost with affection. You're valuable to us, he says. An element with your profile is hard to find. Young, smart, with access. Take care of yourself, and we'll take care of you. You get promoted in the department. Not on merit, but because it's convenient to have people in high positions. Now you have access to privileged information. You know when federal operations are coming, when coordinated raids are happening, when some commander gets nervous and wants to show results. You report everything. Everything leaks. The big fish never fall because they always know when to move. Your life splits into two realities that can't touch each other. In one, you're the decorated officer, the one who appears in photos with the governor, the one who gives talks at schools about the dangers of drugs. In the other, you're the one who guarantees those same drugs reach their destination without any problems. The contradiction should destroy you, but you get used to it. The human brain has an infinite capacity to rationalize the irrational. Share this video with someone who needs to understand why the war on drugs is lost from the inside. You see things you can't forget. Bodies you find before the discovery is reported. Executions you witness without being able to intervene. Colleagues who disappear because they asked the wrong questions or because they tried to renegotiate their cut. You learn that in this business loyalty is everything, and betrayal is paid for with your life. There's no retirement, no resignation, no way out that isn't horizontal. One day, they ask you for something different. It's no longer just watching or escorting. Now they need you to act. There's a witness who's going to testify against important people. They need that witness to not make it to the courthouse. They don't ask you to kill him, just to facilitate access for those who will. You just have to leave a door open, disable a camera, look the other way at the right moment. You do it. You tell yourself you didn't kill anyone, that you just followed instructions, that if you didn't do it, someone else would. That your family depends on you, that there's no turning back now. The witness turns up dead 2 days later. The official report says it was suicide. You know the truth. Everyone knows the truth. Nobody says anything. 5 years go by. You're a commander now. You have 20 officers under your command. Half of them really work for you. The other half work for whoever you work for. Your zone is the calmest in the state, because here there's no war between groups. There's order. There's narco-peace. Business runs smoothly. Shipments pass through. Nobody bothers anyone. The citizens think you're a good commander because there are no shootouts. They don't know there are no shootouts because everything is arranged from above. Your wife lives in a bubble of voluntary ignorance. Your kids go to private schools and have no idea what their dad really does. Your original family stopped asking years ago. You live in a house worth 3 million pesos on an official salary of 25,000. Nobody audits, nobody investigates. The system is designed not to see what it doesn't want to see. But the fear never goes away. You sleep with a gun under your pillow. You check your car every morning before you start it. You change your route constantly. You don't eat anything you don't see. Being prepared. Every time the phone rings at night, your heart stops for a second. You know too much for them to let you go. You're too useful for them to kill you. But you also know that can change at any moment. That a reorganization, a new leader, an unfounded suspicion can turn you from an asset into a liability. And liabilities get eliminated. You see the new recruits arrive with the same hope you once had, with their polished boots and their shiny badges. You want to warn them, but you can't. Because warning them is admitting, and admitting is sentencing yourself. So you just watch as the system devours them one by one, the same way it devoured you, the same way it will devour those who come after. This is what you are now, a respected commander who can't look at himself in the mirror, a decorated officer who has facilitated more crimes than he's solved, a man with a big house and a full bank account who lives with the constant terror that everything will collapse. You're the proof that the uniform doesn't make the cop, and that the system is rotten to the core. The guardian who became an accomplice, the protector who became a predator, the public servant who now serves whoever pays the most. Living a lie so elaborate you've already forgotten what the truth was, using the badge as a shield while you betray everything that badge is supposed to represent.